welcome back to the 8th episode of my knitting podcast. It is the 4th of January, so I guess I can still wish you a very happy 2021. I hope you had a really good start into the year, and fingers crossed that this year will be a bit better for all of us, I guess. For everybody who's new to this channel, a very warm welcome. So my name is Anastasia. I am originally from Germany, but I've been living in the UK now for 1.5 years, and prior to that I have been living in Iceland, and that is where I discovered my passion for knitting. So that means you will find a lot of Icelandic wool and a lot of Icelandic style knitting in my podcast. Not always, you will also find different kinds of yarns, so normally I just talk about my works in progress, about my finished objects, and I talk about recommendations for yarn designers, patterns, and just normal live chat really. And I hope you enjoy it. So for everybody who's coming back, thank you so much. I had lovely feedback from my last episode, which is always great. So thank you for your support and for watching that. I really appreciate that you spend your time with me. And I hope that you are somewhere cozy and somewhere where you feel comfortable, where you maybe have a nice cup of something nice to drink. So today I'm drinking what was it? I think it was a cinnamon and apple tea. I'm gonna have a coffee later on, but yeah, I'm enjoying this tea, and I hope you do enjoy your beverage as well. I will insert a timestamp, so if you want to scroll forward to the real knitting content, I completely understand. So I will include that over here somewhere. Just a quick recap of my last week. So it's only been a week since I recorded my last episode, and nothing much happened really. There was only New Year's Eve really between these two episodes, and New Year's Eve was really nice and quiet. We had a lovely evening, so my partner and I, we made a bit of an effort to get out of our normal routines. You probably all have them, but we usually just spend time together in the evening. We watch TV, or I watch knitting podcasts and he plays on a computer. But we thought it would be nice to have a really nice dinner at home. So we got really dressed up. I think that always changes already a bit how you feel. And then we had a super nice 3-course dinner that he cooked. Luckily, because I'm not such a good cook, but he's really good in the kitchen, so he made something super nice. I will insert a bit of footage of our New Year's Eve at the end, I think, so you can have a look. But yeah, it was a lovely evening, and it was very handy. I was able to contact my family an hour before our New Year's Eve, as they are in Germany. So that was nice as well. And yeah, that's not really that was really it. I didn't really have any New Year's resolutions. I felt this year I couldn't really make any plans. So the only thing that we're trying to do is to change a bit our habits, because especially during the last couple of months we kind of stayed up quite long in the evening, and then got up not super late, but around like 10 a.m. or something in the morning. And I personally prefer to get up a bit earlier, because I'm so much more productive during the day if I get up early. So we're trying to change that, and it's working fairly well. It's only been a couple of days now, but I feel much better getting up early and then getting to bed, or going to bed a bit early as well. I feel I have much more of the day, and even though I don't enjoy my alarm going off early, I feel it works much better for myself. I'm always this kind of person, so I really don't like the alarms in the morning, especially like when I for my work I usually sign up for early morning flights, just because I find it easier for myself. So I really hate the alarm at 3-4 a.m. in the morning. But I love coming back from work when it's like maybe 1-3 p.m. and you're done for the day, and the rest of the day is your own. I really love that. instead of like when you have late evening shifts, I feel the whole day, even if you get up late or later during the day, I feel like the whole day is sort of just filled by waiting for going to work. So yeah, that has been working really well. The other thing that we have changed, so we're trying to eat a bit more healthy, like probably 90% of everybody in the world. So yeah, we are trying to be a bit more healthy, and I got back into working out. So I always go through phases. Normally it's in January that I make super good plans on how much I want to work out. So this time I'm just taking it a bit more easy on making plans, but I do like a yoga challenge that I've already done before, which is like 30 days of yoga, and it's only, I think, less than 10 minutes in the morning, but that really gets me going during very well in the morning, and then I find during the day you feel a bit better as well. And then I do also work out besides of that every couple of days. But yeah, I find it just changes your well-being so much, and I'm really enjoying it. We're only like into day 4 now, but I can tell it is making a change. Yeah, and then beside of that, yeah, nothing happened. Yeah, it's that easy. So I think I can start talking about my knitting, and that's probably the reason why you're here. So today I am wearing the Lytham sweater. So here you can see the super nice bell lace on the sleeves. This is a sweater by Lily-Kate France. She is called Lily-Kate Makes on Instagram, and I was one of her test knitters for this pattern. This pattern is being released on the 9th of January, and I can only recommend this one. So I really enjoyed knitting that one. I knitted this 3rd size. I think that was for a bust of 36 to 38 inches, and I used the recommended wool, that is the Dererum Natura Gilead, and I chose the colorway Bois de Rose. The yarn was like just enough, so I bought 6 balls of yarn, but I actually just need to, but the pattern called for 5, and I used up all 5 balls beside of 10 grams, so it worked out really well. That was because I made a few just a minor modifications. So yeah, the yardage was really on point. It was really good. And I've got 1 ball left, so I'm thinking maybe to make maybe a headband or something. Let's see what I come up with. Yeah, overall, yeah, as I said, I can only recommend the pattern. The lace that you can see here, that is charted and written out. So for the ones of you who prefer having a chart, I think it's really good that you have the option. I prefer knitting after the written instruction and then just double checking how it looks like after the chart. But yeah, the only thing that I did wrong, or that I would do differently now, is that when I was knitting up the sleeves, so basically you knit the body and the sleeves from bottom up, and I was knitting up the sleeves, and I got to the recommended sleeve length, and I just continued knitting for some reason. I don't know why. I thought I still had to knit a bit, so I knitted 2 centimeters longer on the sleeves, and that was really a mistake, because then when I joined the body and the sleeves at the yoke, I already felt like the sleeves were getting a bit long, but I thought, oh, it's just gonna be okay. The only problem with this pattern is that the yoke part is fairly deep, so therefore your sleeves are fairly long. So my sleeves are just a bit too long, I would say. They could be like probably, I would even say I could have had them a bit more cropped. So I'm not too sure if I'm gonna keep that one or if I'm gonna give this one away as a gift to somebody who probably has longer arms than I have. So yeah, I'm still thinking about it, but I'm also thinking about knitting another one. I really like that one, and I saw some other test knitters. There was one in the colorway Cedre from the same wool, and that would really nice. I really love green tones, and I'm tempted to knit that one as well again in green for myself. So I don't know. At the moment I have enough projects that I'm working on, but this is probably one of the few patterns that I would actually knit again. Yeah, there's not much more. Yeah, I think it's just a really nice looking sweater, and I really love these sleeves. I mean, they are so dramatic, and actually I could have probably gotten away with like blocking a bit, like not blocking it that aggressively, but I really wanted this lace to yeah, stand out, so I gave it a good block. Actually, when I was blocking it, I couldn't get it dry anymore because I don't know if you've ever lived by the seaside, it's really hard to get your clothes dry if you can't put it like outside in the sunshine. So I was sitting there with my hair dryer. I got that hint by somebody or some other test knitters, and so I was sitting there with my hair dryer trying to get it dry because I just couldn't get yeah, the moisture out. But yeah, and the other thing I really like about this one, oh, now you can see my strap there, but I really like the detail around the shoulder. So the decreases, I think they look really nice as well. I didn't show you the whole thing, I'll just show you here. So I knitted it a bit longer, so I think I probably added around this maybe 4 or 5 centimeters. It's meant to be a bit shorter, but I'm actually glad that I added that bit, because if I'm gonna give it to the person that I have in mind, it will be better to have it a bit longer because she's a bit taller than I am. So yeah, overall I really love that one, and this was my last project that I finished in 2020, and I'm super pleased as you can see. The next finished object that I have is a Herald sweater. No, is it a Herald? It's a Harald jumper, sorry, by PetiteKnit. So that is a sweater that I just like, I had some wool in my stash that I wanted to use up, so I can see a bit closer. I used the West Yorkshire spinners, 52% Falkland and 48% nylon wool that I had in my stash. I bought that one I think probably 3 years ago, and I never really used it, but I think it's probably quite good for baby garments or children's garments, so you can easily wash it. I really like how the pattern came out. So basically this is just a variegated yarn, and I meant like on the body part it almost looks like color work. They're like stripes and like little, I don't know, like white dots, and then on the sleeves I really like the pattern how it came out as well. So they're like a bit longer stripes, and I managed to get the stripes fairly identical on both sleeves, so I'm really happy with that as well. That worked out much better than I thought. This is going to be a present for a little baby boy. I knitted the size, I think 2 to 3 years old, and I was surprised how little yarn that used. So I used 3 balls of that one, just a tiny bit more. So these balls of yarn, they have 50 grams, and I use 154 grams or something. So yeah, you can totally get away with 3 balls of yarn, and that yeah. The pattern actually says it needs 250 grams. Okay, this one has a bit more yardage, so the pattern yarn has 105 meters on 50 grams, and this one has 112. But yeah, I'm pleased that I was able to use that up. I still got a bit of this one left, so I'm even contemplating to make another one. I'm getting to an age where my friends are all having babies, so I might just do another one and maybe in a smaller size, and then if somebody has a boy, I already have it there. I don't know. Just an idea, but I really enjoyed that pattern. The pattern was super easy to follow, very straightforward, and I think so this one is the Herald's jumper, and then PetiteKnit's also, she's got a Herald Sweater which uses fingering, so 4-ply, and then this one is pretty much the same as the Sunday sweater. So the Sunday sweater is the version for adults, and there's 2 versions of that as well. So I think you have got a mohair edition, and then and then a normal one. I don't really know which yarn they use, but I will link you the Ravelry page down below so you can have a look. So these are my 2 finished objects. And then, I think I told you, maybe in the last episode, I'm not too sure, or the episode before that, my partner picked up knitting, which I was very surprised by. But he finished his, it's like a cowl, and I am really impressed. I mean, he did a really good job. So that is just a garter stitch cowl. He knitted it back and forth, and he really wanted to have like a super bulky one. I can show you how it looks when you wear it. It is super warm and super comfy. So, oops, maybe without my hair tucked in. There we go. And I really liked it, and I said, can you make one for me as well? So I've put an order in, and I hope to have it soon. But he was really quick as well, so I think that's not going to be a problem. For his first accessory, or his first knitted accessory, I think he did a good job. It's super even. I think there's only, I'm being horrible now, there's only one mistake in here, and it doesn't really matter because you won't be able to see it. When I was showing him how to knit, I realized how hard it is, because there's so many little things that you just learn with time. I really like that one. And then he now started to knit, oops, there we go. He's got quite a lot of yarn of this one left, so this is the Drops Andes, and he's now knitting, oops, there we go. He's now knitting a what is it called? I think it's called the Friday beanie, that I've already knitted once, and he's knitting it now, and I think that's looking really nice as well. It's gonna look super. He wanted to have the matching beanie. He's actually using a needle set that he gave me, I think a couple of years ago, and I never really used it because I had a bit of a problem using it. I found the joints weren't really that even, but he's really loving them. So these are the Adiclicks. I don't know exactly which what the edition is called, but he really loves them, and it's great to see that he's using them now, because I just had them there and I always felt bad about it not using them. But for my type of wool and my type of knitting, they never really work that well. So it's great. They're being used and they're not just sitting there. And that's it. That's my finished objects. Or not all mine, but all finished objects I can show you. The only thing I'm working on at the moment is my cozy neighborhood. So this is a design by Joji Locatelli, and I will link you the pattern down below as well. I haven't managed to do that much, and for that one I'm using Plötulopi, which is Icelandic unspun wool, and some mohair. I think that's the drops one. I just went for a cheaper mohair to really have a look how it works, but I have to say, oh my god, this is so nice. I mean, this fabric is already such a joy, and all the time, well, I started really knitting on it yesterday, and I just absolutely love it. So I can't wait to have, to do a bit more of that. I don't know if I can show you. There we go. I think it gives such a nice fabric, and the combination of these two, I think this is gonna be a dream to wear. So yeah, this is the one that I'm just knitting along at the moment. Whilst I'm contemplating what to knit next, I still have to order the yarn or the Icelandic wool for the other sweater that didn't work out in the last video. So I have to have a look into that. But yeah, and then to talk about talking about yarn, I got a super lovely package today in the morning in the post. So I talked about her before, Marina from Strawberry Patches. She's got a knitting podcast as well, and we were just writing on Ravelry. I got a super lovely message from her, and we were just chatting away, and she came up with the idea of doing a mystery yarn swap, and she sent me some yarn. So today in the morning, somebody knocked on the door, and I was like, I was not expecting anybody, and then it was the postman with a package all the way from New Zealand, and this was such a nice surprise. So she sent me some of her hand-dyed yarn. So she's got a hand-dyeing business in New Zealand. Unfortunately, because it's probably midnight or later than midnight now at hers, I wasn't able to ask her where she ships to, but I will insert that information as soon as I have it below that video. So she sent me some of her hand-dyed yarn, and it's absolutely amazing. I mean, she sent me 4 different skeins. She sent there were 2 skeins of 4-ply, and this one is, I think this is my favorite one. It's called Speckled Mauve, and it's an organic merino poleward. Oh my god, I love it. I can't, like, I have to look up some patterns that I can knit with it. This one is a solid, this is a solid, this is an antique mauve light. Okay, so it's probably almost the same. And then I've got a juicy orange, like super nice contrast color. It's a 4-ply, and this is a superwash merino. And then this green, I really like this green as well. That is the colorway Fern, and this is a non-superwash DK. Oh, and this is 80% fawn colored merino and 20% white alpaca. So what a lovely surprise. she doesn't know that I'm showing this in my podcast, because it was absolutely just a private thing that we made a mystery yarn swap, but I could not show it. Yeah, I can't wait to find a good pattern to knit this up. If you've got any ideas, let me know. I'm very open to suggestions. Otherwise, I will just dive into Ravelry probably today in the evening and have a look what I can make out of these lovely skeins. And the last topic I want to talk about is like a bit of the inspirational part. So my things that have inspired me during the last days, and I have absolutely started to binge watch YouTube videos about bullet journaling. So a bit of the backside story. So every new year, I have plans of me having like a super organized diary and writing down every day what I have planned. And the last years I've always had one of these paper blank diaries that are fairly rigid in their, like, well, there's only like a bit of pages of space on the pages, and I've been actually quite good this year, I'll be honest. Since I was home much more, I was able to write down better what I had planned and what I was doing. But overall, I really would like to have a nice diary for this year. So I've started watching like journal reviews or diary reviews, and then I sort of got into bullet journaling, and oh my god, they're so nice bullet journals, or you can make so nice bullet journals. I just don't know whether I will, and I probably already know the answer. I won't really stick to it, but I really like the idea of it. So I'm still contemplating whether to get a bullet journal or just a normal journal. But if you like these sort of videos, I found two YouTube channels that I really enjoyed watching. So that was Amanda Rach Lee. Her videos were just super stunning. She makes beautiful layouts for every month. Some of them were not really up my street. Some of them were like a bit gaming related, which is not really my thing. And then the other one that I really enjoyed was Shayla Campbell. So super nice videos as well. If you like this sort of stuff, give it a go. My favorite bit, so if you're into bullet journal, is like these Dutch doors. If you have a look at, you will see it is. I really like the idea of having like half a page in the journal. I don't know why, but I completely got lost in this world of diaries and journals, and that is probably a bit of what I'm gonna do during the next weeks, beside of knitting. So that's it for this episode. Thank you so much for watching. It's always lovely to have you here. I will link my Instagram and my Ravelry page as well in the description box. But you can just search for Free Your Sheep, and I will my account will pop up there. And then other than that, I just hope you have a lovely week. It's Monday today, so I hope you had a good start already. And I hope to see you very soon again. Thank you for watching, and bye bye.